Hi guys, welcome to my videos. So guys, today in this video I'm going to show you how to step by step apply a closed work permit based on LMIA from outside of Canada. So before I proceed further, if you have not already subscribed to my channel, please go and subscribe right now because I regularly upload videos. And if you have any concern, any question, anything that comes in your mind, feel always absolutely free to ask. Alright guys, so let's proceed. So guys, I have published similar videos before also, but time has passed, so new versions need to come up. That is why I'm making this video. So because I'm not an immigration consultant, so whatever I'm doing is based on my hobby and my research. So if you're taking any portion out of this video for your actual application, you are doing it at your own risk, and I won't be liable for anything that comes after that. And whatever I'm going to do is based on the sample information, which may or may not be correct. So when you fill your actual information, you need to fill the correct information and answer the questions correctly, because I may make some error. So don't just follow it like you need to follow based on your case. I'm just showing you the process how to go ahead with this. Alright, so the very first thing is to log in into your GCK account. So that I have logged in. Now because we have to proceed with this, like I'll click on apply to come to Canada. If you don't know how to create a GCK account, the link is available in the description. You can go ahead with that. So we are applying for a work permit. So here we have the link, visitor visa study and our work permit. Now we have to go through the questionnaire. What would you like to do? You would like to work. How long? Let's say you are applying for a 2-year work permit. Select the code that matches your passport. So let's say an Indian citizen is applying, name John Smith. So we will fill it up as John, and John Smith is in India. Do you have a family member who is a Canadian citizen or permanent resident and in 80 years or older? Let's say no. Whatever is applicable in your case. This is in John's case. Let me make John 1995 date of birth. Yeah, not bad. June 01. Are you a lawful permanent resident of US with a valid, are you a green card holder? No. I have a job offer and my employer gave me an offer of employment number or LMIA number. Yes. What is the status of your job offer? Temporary, at least 1 year. Do you plan to work in the following categories? Let's say no. Whatever is applicable in your case. Will you be coming to Canada under an active policy for special measures announced by IRCC? Let's say no. Are you a spouse, common law partner or dependent child of person who has or is applying for? Let's say no. Whatever is applicable in your case. Have you recently graduated from participating Canadian post-secondary education? Let's say no. What is your marital status? Let's say he has never married. What is the province of destination? Let's say he's going into Ontario. So now it is giving you the choices. So this came foreign worker, visitor visa required. Alright. You need to continue the questionnaire. Do you have a valid work permit, study permit and need a visa to return? No. What type of work permit do you want to apply for? This is really important. So he is applying with a labor LMIA impact assessment. So you need to select the category appropriately. Did Employment and Social Development Canada issue your employer LMIA under the Global Talent Stream? So let's say yes, he is in IT. Does your indicate that you must become a member of professional association? Let's say no. Whatever is applicable in your case, guys. Like if you're not sure of this, just click on this. Are you accompanying a family member that has a status in Canada? Let's say no. Have you committed crime? No. Had you medical in past 12 months? Let's say no. have you visited any of the designated country for 6 consecutive months in last year? So let's say yes, whatever is applicable in your case. Based on your answers, you need to give medical exam performed by an authorized doctor. You may continue with your application. We will contact you if you need a medical exam. Okay. Do you want to submit for a family member? No. Are you giving access out to someone with your application? No. In 10 years, have you given biometrics? Let's say no. Whatever is applicable in your case. I say this repeatedly. Yes, he will be paying the fee, and why he wouldn't? Nobody is going to do it for free, for no reason at least. Are you able to make a digital copy? Yes, that is why he is applying online. Will you paying the fee online? Yes. Now comes the answers to the checklist. If you are not sure, edit it and go and change it. Continue. Now comes the checklist. Application for work permit made outside Canada, IMM 1295, important. Supporting document, LMIA, employment records, passport, CV, digital photo, medical exam, employment contract, proof that you meet the requirements of the job being offered, schedule 1, and client information. So these two are optional, others are mandatory. So they have asked you to pay the work permit fee and biometric fee because we selected no for that. Alright, so out of these, like for 5645 and schedule 1, I'm going to include the link in the description, you can follow it. For 1295, let's go through the video. So, and moreover, for these slots that you see over here, like you gonna click on the question mark, and there you can see that what are the things they are asking, and based on your case you need to provide that. Once you complete all the documents in the mandatory section, then the next button will come here. You will go for that, and then you will be redirected to the page where you will electronically sign the application, and then you will be paying the fee. The fee amount is already shown over here. Indicate if you would like us to send you the instruction form for a filling out a request for medical exam form. Alright, you can go through it. So guys, now we'll fill up the form IMM 1295E, application for work permit made outside of Canada. So we're doing it with reference to an LMIA based job offer which has been given to one of, let's say, a person in India, John Smith, and John is filling this form because he has never gone for any application to IRCC, so he does not have UCI, so he fills the form. I want service in English. His full name is asked, so it's like Smith John. Have you ever used any other name? Let's say no. Whatever is applicable in UK. Sex, he is male. Date of birth, let's say he was born in 1995, June 1st. Place of birth, let's say New Delhi. Country, India. He's an Indian citizen, so he selects India. Country or territory of residence, let's say it's India for him. Status, let's say he is a citizen. Previous country or territory, during the past 5 years have you lived in any country or territory other than your country of citizenship or your current country or territory or residence for more than 6 months? Let's say no. Gone. Same where you're applying, yes. Your current marital status, let's say he has never married. Personal details, have you previously been married or in a common law relationship? Let's say no. languages, native language or mother tongue, because he is from India. Let's say his native language is Hindi. So many options. Are you able to communicate in English, French? English. Have you taken an exam? No, he's going for work permit. Now it asks for his passport. So I'll put a typical passport number. Issued in India. Let's say it was issued in 2019 06/17. Typical Indian passport, valid for 10 years. Okay. National identity document. So when I filled this form for the first time, I selected yes, and in India you get PAN card. So I just put that number and it was accepted. Issue date and expiry date are not mandatory, so you can skip it, but I think PAN card comes with expiry date, so issue date, so you can put that, and based on your country, and I had explained it to my explanation letter. It was successful. Are you a green card holder? No. Contact information, current mailing address, apartment 1 New Delhi Street. Let's say New Delhi, just sample guys. New Delhi, India. Sample Delhi. This is the same as mailing address. Yes. Phone number. Yes, he has. He's applying from India, so he's using Indian phone numbers. Cellular. Typical 10 digits. He has some other number as well. Let's say he has now a residence number. So again the country code is gonna be the same. Okay, sample. Email address is important. Okay, what type? Now this is very important. What type of work permit are you applying for? He is applying Labor Market Impact Assessment Stream, LMIA. Detail of prospective employer. Okay, so let's say there's an IT company here, New Toronto IT Company. Address 1 Torontonian Street, Toronto, Ontario. Sample. Intended location of employment. So let's say he'll be employed at the same position, same location, Ontario. City, town, Toronto, address. Let me see if I can copy paste it. Oh, I could. But it's not mandatory that you'll be working at the same place. This is in this case. My would be, let's say, system analyst programmer. Yeah. Basic description of duties. So write down as per your case. I'm just doing this to fill the form. Duration of expected employment. So let's say he's coming from 2021 June till 2023. LMIA number. I'm just writing sample. Let me see if the system accepts. Must be greater than or equal to. Okay, whatever they have said, I will use that format. Okay, perfect. Have you any post registration? Yes. So let's say typical Indian case, 1995 born. So at the age of 18 he joined a college. So let's say from 2013 06 to 2017 07 he studied bachelor's of sorry for the spelling of technology in IT. School, New Delhi IT College, City, New Delhi, New Delhi, country, it's very sensitive, India. Employment, give the details of your employer for 10 years, including if you have held any government position. Okay, so let's say after we graduated in 2017, he got a job and he's still continuing. So this is not a mandatory field like to, but if you start typing it, it becomes mandatory. So what I had done, like I still put the current year and month when I applied for my work permit, and I explained that I was still employed there, so there was no question asked to me and my application was successful. So it's working analyst, programmer, New Delhi IT company, city, town, let's say New Delhi, country, India. Now background information, you have to do it very carefully and make sure you answer as per your case. Alright, within past 2 years, have you or a family member ever had tuberculosis? Let's say no. Do you have any physical mental disorder? No. But if it's applicable, say yes and provide the information. Have you ever remained beyond the validity? No. Denied visa, work permit? No. Remain Canada, have you ever applied to remain Canada? Let's say no. But if yes, put yes and provide the information. Again I say you fill as per your case. Have you ever committed? No. Serve in military, militia? No. Because of the political party, other groups? No. Witness ill treatment of prisoners? No. Okay. Now date you can select here. For electronic applications, you don't need to sign here physically by printing, but one thing is very important, you validate. So after you have validated, let's save it somewhere in your computer and then you can upload it. But yes, always have it second review, because this validation is just for validation error, that you have not missed any mandatory field, any format or something like that. But in order to verify the information that you have put in correctly, always have the second verification. Alright, now we'll go ahead and upload the form. Alright, so I've come back to my GCK account. Now I'm going to upload the file. Alright, I uploaded and I came here. Now until you complete this mandatory section, it will not give you the next option. So let's go through each of them. Employment reference letter. You must provide an employment reference letter and uploaded reference form, current or past employer. If you have more than 2 employers in the past letter, please provide a letter from both employers. Mr. must be later on completed, show the company full address, should include following information. Okay, so I'm going to upload a sample document, but read it and make sure the letter, generally like I have seen organizations have already that format and they issue such letters. Same thing happened with me as well. Next is LMIA. So that also you get from your employer, because your employer actually applies for it. So that also you need to upload. You can read here with the full information. Employment records. So generally employers provide this also. You can read it what you need to provide, and then you can upload. Generally employers have this already. I mean big employers definitely they have it. Next is passport. So in your passport you need to provide a copy of page that shows your date of birth, country of origin, and any pages with stamp visas and marking. So you need to take that in one document and upload. I'm again gonna upload a sample document. Next is CV. So you need to provide that, and also like make a check with what you have filled in the form. Alright, digital photo, specifications are there. Now request for medical exam. So if you open this, it points you to a form. I'll show you that form. Request for medical exam, where they have given the links to determine if you need or not, and based on that you need to check. So this form you cannot save with this entry. You can save it as a PDF, like print it as a PDF or whatever you say, scan or whatever, and then you can upload. Now there are two ways. Either you do this and then they send you a medical request, or you can also go for, like, if you know that you need an exam, you can go for the upfront medical exam. In my case, my employer told me to go for the upfront medical exam. I had submitted and it was absolutely successful. So again, I'm going to upload a sample document, and I also submitted a sample document of 5645. I have uploaded another video. I'll include the link there. Similarly, read about employment records, what you need to provide, and proof that you meet the requirements. Alright, so I'm going to upload this. Alright, so now I have completed the mandatory section. That is why I got the next option where I need to go and pay the fee. So although this is not mandatory to fill client information letter and schedule one, but I strongly recommend you do that, because why you wouldn't do it, right? So that is really very important as per my observation, but of course it's gonna be your call. So I'm gonna include a link in the description how to fill this IMM 5257 schedule 1 form and client information, where you can describe the case, like it should make sense. So I have already uploaded some videos about it, you can refer. So that's it for now, guys. I hope you like this video. Make sure you like, comment, and if you have any concern, any question, anything that comes in your mind, feel always absolutely free to us. Thank you, guys.